Welcome to my channel. My name is Akila and I run Big Dreamers as well as a nonprofit organization called Overture with the Arts. I haven't posted for about a year, maybe less, just because 2024 was very intense. I was overwhelmed, so I had to take a step back. I was posting videos, I think every 2 weeks or so. And it was great because now that I look back and see all the videos that I've created, I could see the journey of my company, the journey of my nonprofit, and see all the fun and amazing things that I've been doing. But it just got to a point where I was very close to burnout. So I had to kind of pause and take a beat and reassess what I was actually going to focus on. And I determined that as much as I love sharing what I'm doing on YouTube, it just became too much. So I just wanted to come in and say hello, give you guys a recap on what's been going on in 2024, because it has been a really fun and a very successful year. I just haven't documented it, but I'll probably start posting videos maybe once a month or so, but I'm not going to be as consistent because, as I said, I just need to take a beat and kind of slow things down because I was just going 100 miles an hour and it just became unsustainable. I was on the verge of, like I said, having a bit of a meltdown, mental breakdown, too much. So this year I really want to focus on, health and well-being, and that involves not posting as much. But I am going to be sharing every month or maybe every couple months what I've been up to. But in this year in review video, I'm just going to tell you what I've been working on in the past 12 months. I was really hoping to release a lot of new books and a lot of new products. By a lot, I mean 1 or 2 new books, 1 or 2 new products. But as a small business, that is a lot because, as we know, you need to have enough money to cover the production costs. But point being, I wasn't able to because I'm currently back in my role as the executive director of Overture with the Arts. In previous videos, I did mention that I was trying to step down and just stay on board part-time as a consultant. However, I needed to come back in, which is fine. It's my baby, and obviously I want to see it grow and thrive. But because I'm back in that role, I'm essentially doing 40 to 50 hours a week because we have so many really cool events and activities going on throughout the year. And I was just overextended. I felt like I was being pulled in a million different directions, not just with my nonprofit, but when I'm doing all these events with my nonprofit, I just don't have the bandwidth to write new books or produce new products. I mean, I have an amazing team. I work with Danielle and Michaela, who honestly, without them last year, I don't even know what I would have done because there were multiple times, like we basically have weekly meetings, and there were multiple times like in these meetings where I had nothing. I had nothing to give, and they were just such superstars. They're like, how about we do this? How about we do that? And because of them, my company continued to operate for the year. But I'm telling you, without them, it would have been crickets. You would have not heard anything from me. I probably wouldn't have released any books. It was just, like I said, a lot, but thankfully, they really did keep things going. But because I'm back in the role of the director of Overture with the Arts, I just wasn't able to focus as much attention as I wanted to on creating new books, but I'm really happy that I was able to release a new Big Dreamers book, a plush doll. I had hoped to do more, but honestly, the fact that I was able to do those 2 products is a huge win for me. Even if I only did 1 product, that would have been a win, but I am going to try and I guess maybe manage my time a little bit more effectively for 2025, just because 2024, I felt like I was drowning. And as I said earlier, it wasn't sustainable the way I was trying to do my work-life balance because I basically did not have a personal life. I focused all my time and energy on my nonprofit and my publishing company. And it's not realistic to live a life like that. I don't have kids, so it's not like I would do, my 8 to 10 hours a day and then have children to take care of. But you guys have seen it. I have a niece and nephew. You've seen them in my videos, and I love spending time with them. So I felt that I wasn't able to spend as much time with them, which really bothered me because I love them to pieces. So 2025, I really am going to focus on, doing more things that make my heart smile, as well as producing products for Big Dreamers and doing fun programs and events for Overture with the Arts. So my dream as a owner of a publishing company is to be able to produce 1 to 2 products every quarter. But as a small business, I just don't have that kind of cash flow. I'm super grateful for all of the orders that I get and, all the wholesale and bulk orders that I get. But at the end of the day, I don't want to put myself in debt to be able to come up with all these great new products and books. So I am constantly applying for grants. And half the time I'm like, you know what, they probably aren't going to see this grant. But I'm not that grant, but see my submission, I should say. But I still figure it's worth a shot. So I probably submitted about, let's say, anywhere from 4 to 6 different grant applications last year, hoping to get some money. And I am so happy to announce that I actually was successful in obtaining money from the Pizza Hut Equal Slice program, and I got a $20,000 grant. So because of that money, I was able to produce Big Dreamers Volume 3, produce my Noel Plush Doll, as well as Noel sticker sheets and a coloring book. So I'm so grateful that they, took the opportunity to look at my application and then selected me out of one of, I don't even know, let's say hundreds, but they chose 5 winners and I was one. So I'm so grateful that I was able to secure that funding and continue to develop new products. So thank you, Pizza Hut and the Equal Slice program. I'm going to continue to submit grants and hopefully get more money. But regardless, I was also able to place ads on Facebook and Instagram with some of this funding, which made a huge difference for my business because I saw that so many more orders were coming through. So that grant, that funding was a huge opportunity for my company to continue to grow. So that was a huge win for me this year. I just mentioned that with the funding that I received, I was able to place ads on social media. And honestly, for my business, I find that is a huge game changer. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I see a lot of different small businesses talking about how they place ads and they're bringing in hundreds of orders every month. And I just thought that was, I don't know, I just didn't believe it. So I was like, hey, whatever, I'm not going to waste my money on ads. But because I had this funding, I figured, let me give it a shot. And honestly, it was a huge difference. I did it for about 3 months. So Q4 of 2024, I decided to invest some of my money into ads. And I literally saw that, the orders multiplied, I 10x my orders essentially. So there are lower moments and lower sales periods throughout the year, I should say. So summer is always pretty quiet for me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to consistently place ads throughout the year. So hopefully in the summer months, I'll see that I'll have an increase of orders because normally there's nothing. I'm not even going to lie. At best in the summer months, I'll get maybe 5 to 10 orders, which as a small business is pretty depressing, but it happens. And also for Black History Month. Black History Month is another Black Friday for me. That is one of the most successful and busiest times of the year for my business, since I have products that literally highlight Black trailblazers in Canada and around the world. So as of January, I'm actually going to continue to place ads and see if that makes a difference with the promotions I'm offering and just getting new eyes on my business. So I think ads is something that I need to consistently do because it really is hugely helpful for my business. I was able to, as I mentioned earlier, release 2 new products, Big Dreamers Volume 3 and the Noel Plush Doll. Big Dreamers Volume 3 has literally been in the works for about 2 years, and because I was just overextended, I just couldn't find that time where I just sat down and focused to do the final touch-ups of the book or, proofreading, editing, whatever it may be. And I'm not even going to pretend, I also didn't have enough money to produce it. So I mentioned earlier that grant was able to allow me to produce it. But now with Big Dreamers Volume 3, it's like I'm bringing fresh eyes to my company's website just because I have all these new products. So I felt like it was kind of getting stale in a sense that people were just seeing the same old. I hadn't released anything new in a while. So now with Volume 3, people honestly have been messaging me. They're super excited about it. It came out in time right before the holidays, so I'm happy about that. And I'm just continuing, to add more books to the Big Dreamers series. So that on top of that, a couple of years ago, I released the Noel storybook, and I wanted to do a plush doll. And I think I probably showed samples of the plush doll in a previous video. But point being, I got the sample done several months ago, and I loved it. But again, I didn't really have enough money to produce. I think the MLQ was 200 units. Nothing crazy, but I just didn't want to put myself in a position where I was just putting too much on credit cards. I wanted to make sure I had the money in the bank first. So again, this grant was allowed me essentially to produce that doll. And again, that's a new product right around the holiday season. And I saw that people were really excited about that product. So they were buying the plush doll, they were buying the Noel book as well. So that really did help increase orders on my company website. And it's just really good to be able to produce new products every few months. So then people you grab their attention again. And it's not just once every year or 2 years. So you can't really run a business like that if you're only, you can't run a full-time business, I would say, if you're only releasing a new product every year and a half, because then people forget about you. So I wanted to make sure that I'm still top of mind for everyone. So I'm super happy that I was able to release those two new products in 2025. I hope I could do another maybe 2 to 4 products. They may not necessarily all be big products like a new book or a plush doll. I mean, I even did a sticker sheet for Noel. I did the coloring book. I introduced the Noel greeting card last year. So even small products that could be stocking stuffers are also very helpful in terms of bringing more eyes to your website and just having more things to promote on social media. So I'm going to hopefully continue to do that next year as well, to just bring more attention to my company, and hopefully more orders will come through. I used to take part in a lot of vendor fairs, and to be honest, they were successful. I would do a vendor fair in elementary school. I'd pay, I don't know, let's say anywhere from $50 to $100 for the table fee. And oftentimes at these fairs, I would sell anywhere from $500 to maybe even $800 in products, which is huge when your fee is only about $100. But it just got to the point where I was so tired. I was doing 1 to 2 fairs every weekend during the holiday season while trying to pack up orders to send out during the holidays. So this year I decided that I was not going to do any fairs. Actually, I did sign up for one fair and then it got canceled. So I decided that as much as I enjoy doing it and meeting new people, for my sanity, I think I'm going to have to take a step back. I will do any type of event that my nonprofit is doing. I'll set up a table or a booth with all my products because I'm already there, and Danielle is amazing and always stands behind my table and basically like runs my cash register. Super supportive and helpful when it comes to that. So I'll continue to do about 3 or 4 Overture events every single year. But apart from that, I don't think I'm going to be signing up and doing any more school fairs or maybe even Black community events. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to focus on taking care of my health and well-being, and vendor fairs, although they're successful, I just can't do it all. I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm 45 years old now, and it's a lot. So I think I'll focus on writing new books, producing new products, doing Overture events, and I think that's about it. But vendor fairs were fun while they lasted. Maybe next year or 2025, 2026, I don't know. I may change my tune, but for now, I don't think I'll be doing any more. 2024 was a very successful year. I'm really excited to continue with the success that I had. Although, like I said, I was just all over the place doing too much, I still did, bring in a lot of orders, met a lot of great people, introduced my products to new schools, new community centers. And honestly, I'm really happy with how it went. For 2025, I just predict even bigger growth, even more growth. I've got some other ideas for books. I'm hoping to do some animated shorts. So I'm just really excited to see what the future does have to hold. But it's just been such a beautiful year, and the continuous support that I receive from everybody who's watching on YouTube, who follows me on social media, who's placed an order, who's come by to say hi to Vendor Fair. I adore you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. As a small business owner, it means the world to me. So thank you so much for everything. I'm excited for 2025 and look forward to, producing more videos every month or so. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.